Welcome back. Today we are going to see regarding the shear force and bending moment diagram, and we'll learn how we can construct the shear force and bending moment diagrams. So generally the shear force and bending moment diagram represent the variation of shear force and bending moment along the span of a beam. Shear force diagram and bending moment diagram are abbreviated by SFD. So shear force diagram abbreviated by SFD and bending moment diagram is abbreviated by BMD, bending moment diagram. Right, so let us see one numerical regarding this. Then we'll understand how we can construct this shear force and bending moment diagram. So let us say we are given a particular beam like this, and this is joint A, we have a hinge support. Joint B, we have a roller support. This is point A, this is point B, and at center, let us say this is point C, we are given a point load P. The distances are L by 2, L by 2. So if we want to draw the shear force and bending moment diagram for this type of beam which is having centrally point load, so how we can do that, let us see. So first of all we draw the reactions that we have. So at hinge support we have two reactions, one is RA and second one is HA, and at B point roller support we have only one reaction perpendicular to the support, that is RB. So for shear force and bending moment diagram, first of all we need to calculate the support reactions by using the condition of static equilibrium. So let us start with that. Let us apply first static equilibrium condition, summation of Fx is equal to 0. So if we apply that, we will get HA is equal to 0. Now consider the equilibrium condition for vertical force, summation of Fy is equal to 0. So if we apply that, we need to do the summation of all the vertical forces, that is RA plus RB minus P. So if I take it on the other side, it will be equal to P. So we'll have this one equation number 1. Then we need to apply third condition, taking moment about point B, taking moment about point B. So the condition will become summation of moment at point B is equal to 0. So let us take moment of all the forces from the left hand side of point B. So first is RA multiplied by L, that will be moving the point clockwise, so that's why it is positive. Then we have P, so that will be moving the point B in the anti-clockwise direction, so minus P into perpendicular distance up to point B is L by 2 is equal to 0. So if you solve this, we will get our reaction at point A, that is RA is equal to P by 2. Once we get this value of RA P by 2, we need to put this value in the equation number 1. We will get RB. So from equation number 1, we get RB value as minus P by 2. So we got all the three reactions: HA, horizontal reaction; RA, reaction at A; RB, reaction at point B. So this is the first step in drawing any shear force and bending moment diagram, that we need to always find out first the support reactions. After that we start constructing shear force diagram, and then we start constructing the bending moment diagram. So now let us start constructing the shear force diagram. So for that we use method of section. So let us apply the method of section for that. Method of section means we divide our beam into different spans, and those different spans we take the we draw these diagrams. So let us say we take section XX in the first portion AC. So I am drawing a section XX in the portion AC. So what will I get here is that, let us start with portion AC. So we considered a section XX in portion AC at a distance x. So let us say this distance is x from point A. So the shear force at section XX, so let us write down shear force at section as XX Sx. So here we take x from point A, that will be equal to the whatever forces which are there on the left hand side of this section. So on this left hand side of this section, whatever forces are there, that will be the shear force. So only one shear force, vertical force is there, that is Ra. So the range of this is between 0 less than x or less than L by 2. So between 0 to L by 2, this shear force will be equal to Ra, and we know the value of Ra, it is P by 2. So it is clear that Sx is considered between support A and just to the left hand side of C, right? So we have considered only on the left hand side of the C when we consider the first portion AC. So for portion AC we considered portion just to the left hand side of portion point C. Then we consider portion CB. So when we go to the portion CB, again we take a section XX. Now in this case we take the x distance from point A again, right? So let us say this is x distance from the same reference point A. So shear force at section XX, in this case your Sx will be again x from A. So we have so many two forces on the left hand side. So Ra vertically upward, so positive Ra. Then we have minus P because it is vertically downward. So if we substitute the value of Ra here, so it is P by 2 minus P. So it will become minus P by 2. Now in this case your range will be L by 2 less than x less than or equal to L, because this is portion CB. So it is clear that Sx is constant between just right to C up to the support B. Just right to the C and up to the support B it is constant, and on the left hand side also it is constant. Now if we want to construct the shear force diagram, so the shear force diagram, first we need to draw a baseline, right? So this is the baseline is drawn. This is point, let us say this is point A, this is point B, and at center there is a point C. So at point A we have vertical force Ra. Whatever force is there at that joint, we need to draw that much line. So at point A we have a vertical direction Ra. Positive answer means we draw the line above the baseline. So this vertical line we will draw for P by 2 value. Now from point A to point C there is no other loading, so there will be a straight line because it remains constant. Now when we reach at point C, we have P by 2 already here plus P, not plus, but we need to do the summation of P also. Now P is vertically downward, so at this point the shear force will become the minus P by 2, because P by 2 minus P, so minus P by 2 will be drawn below the baseline. So this will be minus P by 2. Again from point C to B there is a straight line because the shear force is constant. Now when we reach at point B, when we reach at point B, there is a reaction at point B, that is P by 2. There is a reaction at point B, that is P by 2. So again here it will become 0 minus P by 2 plus P by 2. Now there is one correction here, this will be plus P by 2. Reaction RB will be plus P by 2 here, not minus, because P minus P by 2, it will be plus P by 2. So as you can see the diagram, we started from point A and we have ended at point B. It has to end at the baseline whenever we draw the shear force diagram. This is the check. If it is not ending at 0, that means you have made some mistake in the calculation of shear forces. So this above part will be termed as positive shear, below part will be termed as the negative shear. So this will be your shear force diagram. So this is how you draw the shear force diagram. Now next, let us understand how we draw the bending moment diagram. Now for bending moment diagram, again we select the same portions. So first let us start for portion AC. So this is ACB. So portion AC, again we consider the same section XX. So let us consider section XX at distance x from point A. So then the bending moment at XX. Now here we need to find out bending moment at this section XX. So bending moment at section XX, either from left hand side or from right hand side. So let us consider bending moment from the left hand side force only, because there is only one force. So that will be denoted by mx. So mx will be equal to force multiplied by perpendicular distance. So that force is Ra, perpendicular distance is x. So if we substitute the values, now here your range will be again same, 0 less than or equal to x, less than L by 2. So if we substitute the value of Ra, that is P by 2 multiplied by x, that will be the moment value at section XX point. Now here in this case mx is linear function of x, so bending moment will vary linearly from A to C, because there is no loading, so it will vary linearly from point A to C. So now in this case, if we put x is equal to 0, we will get mx is equal to 0, and if we put x is equal to L by 2, we will get our mx value as equal to PL by 4. Now again moving to the second portion, portion CB. Again we consider section XX from point A. Let us say this is the distance x from point A. So for portion CB, we need to again take bending moment at this section XX. So that will be again mx will be equal to, we need to take moment of all the forces which are there on the left hand side of this section. So first will be Ra multiplied by x minus P into distance up to point P. So from this point up to this point we need to find this distance. So P into total distance we already know, that is x minus L by 2, right? So section distance we know x, so from this x we deduct L by 2, so we'll get the remaining distance which is to be found out, which is marked as a question mark. and this will be in the range of L by 2 x L. So at x is equal to L by 2, what we will get if we put L by 2 in this equation? So let us put P by 2 into L by 2 minus P into L by 2 minus L by 2. So it will be again PL by 4, because this will become 0, and at x is equal to L, what we will get? P by 2 into L minus P into L minus L by 2. So if we simplify this, we will get this term as 0. So bending moment at point B, this will be moment at point B, and this will be moment at point C. In above case, this will be moment at point A, and this will be moment at point B, because as per the point distances, we have put up the value of x in this both of the calculations. So now we are ready with the calculation of bending moment at all the points. So to draw the bending moment diagram, generally I would give you a tip. Whenever you start solving this type of shear force bending moment diagram numericals, just leave some space below the diagram to draw the shear force and bending moment diagram together. So first we take the projections below for all the points A, B and C points. Then we draw a baseline. First I'll draw the shear force diagram to make you understand. So our shear force diagram was like this. This is point A, this is point B, this is point C. Here we had P by 2, here also P by 2, here it became minus P by 2 and minus P by 2. So this is termed as positive, this is termed as negative, and this is called shear force diagram. Now to draw the bending moment diagram, we draw it right below that. So for that also we draw a baseline. So at bending moment at point A is 0, as we have seen here. Bending moment at point B is also 0. So at point A and point B there is no value, so 0 0. Then what is the bending moment value at point C? So bending moment value at point C, this is point C, bending moment at point C, so that is PL by 4. So we, and positive, so positive PL by 4, we mark a point, write the value and join this with a straight line, because there is no load in between A and C and B, that is why we have drawn it as a straight line. So from this bending moment diagram it is clear that bending moment is maximum at x is equal to L by 2, that is at the mid span, and the value is PL by 4. So this is also called maximum bending moment at the mid span it is happening, which is L by 2 distance. So this is how we calculate the shear force and bending moment, and this is how we construct a shear force and bending moment diagram. So just a small tip, that whenever you start solving this numerical, you leave some space below the diagram of the numerical to draw the shear force and bending moment diagram right below the problem statement only. So I hope it is clear to all that how we can draw the shear force and bending moment diagram and how we can calculate the shear force and bending moment diagram also.